China is taking the South China Sea. The US is furious about it, but it is total hypocrisy because China is doing exactly what the US did in the Caribbean Sea and the entire continent of South America. In 1823, the Monroe Doctrine demanded that, quote, Europe stay out of the American hemisphere, unquote, that the Caribbean Sea and all of South America are America's backyard. The 2010s, China declared the South China Sea sovereignty, demanding that America stay out of its backyard. China is doing exactly what America did. Why does China want influence in the South China Sea? Because 40% of China's exports and most of its oil flow through these waters. It is a lifeline for China, and China wants to protect it. There's also a lot of natural gas and oil which China needs, just as there is also a lot of gas and oil in the Gulf of Mexico that America needs. America feared that European naval bases would threaten U.S. coastlines. China fears that U.S. naval forces will threaten their trade routes. Both want buffer zones to protect their core territory. When America does it, it's acceptable. But when China does it, it's unacceptable. So the United States regularly sends warships through the area as a warning. One can only imagine how the United States would react if China sent warships through the Caribbean Sea as a warning. However, there are some significant differences. The Monroe Doctrine predated international law. China's claim violates the law of the sea and the 2016 arbitration ruling. Latin American countries eventually accepted U.S. dominance, while no Asian nations accept China's claim, and multiple countries have invited the U.S. Navy to balance Chinese power. America never claimed sovereignty over Caribbean nations, and China actually claims ownership of the South China Sea islands and waters. The cultural reality, though, is China isn't being aggressive from the Chinese cultural perspective. From China's perspective, this is defensive. From everyone else's perspective, this is expansion. But China's strategy will succeed because rising powers always establish regional spheres. Britain controlled the European seas, America controlled the Caribbean. China will control the South China Sea. Does China have the right to control the South China Sea, like the US controls the Caribbean? Let me know your thoughts in the comments and follow for more geopolitical analysis at culturalperspective.com.